We're going to record this meeting for Nelly. I'm not sure if he will pop in or out, but I did send him an invite. So hopefully he'll be able to see it. You'll notice that my screen up here is pinned to the screen for my iPad, and that's so I can write on the papers as I'm teaching you guys, okay? So remember, if I press the doorbell, that means we are a little loud. And remember, we're recording this for our friend, so we want to make sure that we have that information together, okay? So here we go. Say, I can draw pictures and write equations to help solve word problems. Okay, so we've been kind of working on this fluency within 10 for a couple of weeks now. We're getting close to the end of this unit, and now you need to learn to apply. Remember, when you're sitting on the carpet, your feet are folded, you're in crisscross applesauce, your hands are on the board. If you're on the carpet, remember it is pretty close, so you want to be able to keep your voice low. Thank you so much. So here we go. You are going to use kind of pictures. So we talked about a number line. We've talked about counting on. We've talked about drawing pictures. We've used the cues. We use manipulatives. Today, I kind of either want you to do a number line or draw pictures in this, because I want to see if you're able to do that effectively, okay? So what we're doing right now is solving word problems, okay? And the addition facts are within 10. So yeah, we could use our fingers because we have 10 fingers, but Ms. Easton does not want you to use your fingers. I would like to see you begin to kind of just use the strategies, because when we get into adding within 20, you don't have 20 fingers. So that's going to be hard to use your fingers. Okay. So it says, and you'll see me be able to write on here. That's what I like about this. It says 6 fish swim by. Some more fish join them. Now there are 10 fish. How many fish join the group? I need you to draw a picture to represent this. And you need to remember what your total is, what the part that you know is, and then give me a number equation that matches that. Okay? Go ahead. And I want you to think about this, guys. How many fish are there at first? 6. I'm going to circle 6 because that's important to me to know. 6. There are 6 fish at first. How many fish are there at the end?
10.
What does 10 represent? My total. Can my number be bigger than 10?
No.
Think about that when you're solving that. What are you asked to find? Aisha? We're asked to find how many fish join the group. We're asked to find how many fish join the group. You need to figure that out. How many fish join the group?
6.
Make me a problem to see. Make me a problem to see. We're giving that think time to our buddies. We're not talking during that time. We're giving them that think time. So I'm going to ask right now for you to whisper to a partner how you solved it.
I want 6 plus 4.
Is there someone that wants to walk me through how they solved it? I like the way Aaliyah raised her hand. Aaliyah, what did you do first?
I drew 6 circles.
Give me a thumbs up if you also drew 6 circles. Okay. So Aaliyah drew 6 circles. And then what else did you do?
And then I drew 4
So did you count on? How did you know to draw 4?
because I think in my head that you got 6, and then in my head I thought so 6, and then like you add 4, but you got 6, and then 4 is 10.
So she says 6. Did you count on like this? 7, 8, 9, 10. So she counted on in her head and understood that 6 and 4 is 10. Give me a thumbs up if you also did something like that. Started with 6, counted on in your head for 4 more, and it equals 10. So how many fish joined the group? 4. So 4 fish joined. 4 fish, right? Another way we could have solved it was using a number line. We could have drawn a number line, right? With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And where would we have started at?
6.
6. I heard Christian say 6. Christian said he did a number line. He started at 6. We could also count on, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. And we would know we went 4 spots, right? So is it still the same as 6 plus 4 equals 10?
Yes.
It's still the same. So even if you drew a fish, even if you counted on, if you drew a number line, 6 plus 4 equals 10, as long as you started at 6 and you counted up 4, okay? Is there anyone that did anything different from what I'm seeing? Amelia, how did you do it?
I did it by using my brain, but I didn't do it how Leah do it. So I just thought in my brain and think about was it 4 or was it 6, and I thought it was 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then I counted it in my brain.
So you counted with your brain? Okay, so some students might have done what's called mental math, counting in your brain. But I do want you guys to show your work, right? If you're showing your work, I can see if there's an error where that error is. I can't see inside your brain to figure that out. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about this part? Zion, what's your question? Did you have any questions about this part?
I think about million plus things like I don't understand about
Zion has the floor.
I did not know when the
Okay, I understand. So kind of like the same way that they did it. Okay, so I like that. Now, what if I gave you a different equation, right? Could you use these same strategies to figure it out within 10? So it shouldn't matter any number that I give you, whether it's 6, 8, 10, 12. You could draw a picture, you could make a number line, you can use those strategies to apply it to anything. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So later on, when I go, you guys are gonna have to do this with different numbers, and we'll do them on the desk. Okay. So as I'm moving forward, and I'm talking about my visual learning, or I'm talking about the visual, we're gonna get a little deeper into this solving word problems. Okay. All right. Here we go. Our essential focus, our question today is how can you draw a picture and use an equation to solve a problem? Okay. So here's the question. Slater has 7 books. He gives some books to Anna, and now Slater has 2 books. How many books did he give to Anna? Who can tell me what we know just on this first part? What do we know? Dylan.
That we have 7 books.
So give me a thumbs up if you agree that we know that we have 7 books. I agree. We know that he has 7 books. We can see 7 books. What else do we know?
He has 2 books.
We also know that he has 2 books left, right? He has 2 books left. What do we need to figure out?
A picture.
So we need to figure out how much did he give to Anna? And that is awesome. We need to figure out how much did he give to Anna? What I want you to do is listen to this word problem, and then I want you to figure out how many he gave to Anna, okay? Slater has 7 books. He gives some books to Anna, and now Slater has 2 books. How many books did he give to Anna? Solve it. Solve it. Christian, what did you do to solve it?
I was gonna be counting with my fingers, but then I was gonna do a picture.
But you have something here you can use, right? So what do you have to do? I'm going to ask again. Christian has the floor. Thank you.
I know something. I know what the bubble. I know what how much we take away.
How much we take away?
5.
5. If you agree that we took away 5, give me a thumbs up. My question is, how do you know that? What did you do?
I see the pictures.
Uh-huh.
And then I crossed out. I was crossing. I was in my name. I was crossing it out, and then I realized I take 5, and then I made them.
Okay, so what Christian said is in his brain, he was crossing it out because he knew that he had 2 books left, right? So he was crossing out in his brain 5. And so that gives the 2 left, 5 crossed out, and 5 left, right? So he crossed it out with a picture. It also says we can count back from 7 to 2, right? We can start at 7 and we can count back all the way until we get to 2. It's still 5. Slater gives Anna 5 books. Do you understand that? Thumbs up if you understand it. So that's 2 strategies right now. A picture and a number line, right? That's 2 strategies and 1 problem that we can use. So again, when I call somebody and they have the floor, we want to make sure our listening ears are on, our talking mouths are off, our focused eyes are looking at the board so we know what we're doing. Now you're going to convince me, and this is the fun part. Let me read the word problem to you, and you're going to pick a strategy to solve it, okay? 7 cubes are on a table. Some cubes fall off. Now 3 cubes are on the table. How many cubes fell off? What do we know in this problem? Amelia.
7 cubes fell off.
Nope. 7 cubes are where?
On top.
On the table. So we know 7 cubes are on a table.
And then some fell.
We know that some fell. Do we know how many fell yet?
No.
What else do we know? Dylan.
That 3 fell off.
Nope, that 3 are left on the table. Those 2 numbers are important. You're going to convince me and show me a picture that solves this word problem. You're going to convince me with a picture or a number line and show me how to solve this problem. I'm waiting. I need to see a picture though. I see the problem you have, but I want to see a picture.
One, two,
Hold on, because she's solving them. I'll let her tell me. Okay, so the reason I want Melanie to walk me through this, I actually watched her solve it, and I kind of think I see what she's doing. So, Melanie, tell me how you solved this so I can put it on here for them to see. And I'll pick a couple kids because I can erase it, and this recording will stay, okay? So, Melanie, how did you solve this?
I solved it with Jacob.
So, walk me through it. So she knew that 7 take away 4 equals 3. Now walk me through how you knew that. So she did a picture. She did 7, right? She knew she had 3 left, and then she was counting to cross them off, right? So 7 take away 4 is 3. So how many cubes fell off? 4. So 4 cubes fell off. That's our 4 cubes. If you got the same answer, give me a thumbs up. So, and what I like about Melanie is she knew that 4 cubes fell off. She wrote it 2 ways. She started off writing it like this: 7 minus 3 equals 4. And the first thing I noticed her doing is she drew her circles, and then she crossed out 3. She still got 4. You see that? It still was 4. So either way you solve it, you needed to know or be able to identify how many fell off. Did anybody solve it another way? How did you solve it? Who said me? I just called you. Karshay, how did you solve it?
7 plus 3 equals 4.
Well, it wouldn't be plus though, because when you're thinking of subtraction, remember when I put all of the students on the board and then I said 2 of y'all go sit down? They were no longer there. So when you're using subtraction, you're taking something away. That's why it said some cubes fell off. That means they were no longer on the table. Julian, how did you solve it? So Julian used the number line. I'm going to show you guys how you can use a number line. Julian, walk me through it. What did you do first? So you started at 7. How many numbers did you draw on your number line? 7 only, or 10, or what'd you do? 10. So let me make that because I got to count it. Okay, so I got my number line. Now what do I do? So you started at 7. And he counted back 4 more times. So he knew that 7, how'd you write your number sentence? 7 minus 4 equals 3. And how many cubes fell off? 4. Good job. So the reason I keep asking that question is because you have to know what falls off and what doesn't fall off, okay? Thumbs up if you guys got this. You saw the 2 ways. Anybody need extra help with this one?
Yes.
Where do you need help at, Aishan? And I want everybody on their bottom. Okay, I'll go back to that with you once we finish up the guided practice, okay? So I will pull a group for kids who are still struggling here. That's okay. We'll work some more problems. We'll work it through, okay? So for guided practice, we're going to do the same concept again. We're going to draw a picture and then draw an equation and solve. We already know how to make circles, and I can put the circles up here if I want it. And we already know how to do a number line. So you have 2 strategies that you could use, okay? So we're right here on number 1. It says draw a picture, then write an equation and solve. Maria sees 3 birds. She sees some red birds. And Maria sees 9 birds in all. We need to know how many red birds she saw, right? What do we know going into this problem? We know that there's a total of what? 9. So my total is 9. I know that my total is 9. What else do I know? What else do I know? That there's 3 already there. My question to you is, can my answer be bigger than 9?
No.
Nope. So you're probably going to have to use a strategy to figure it out. We already know we have 3 birds. So what number are we counting on from? 3. All right, solve it. Check your math, because 7 is not it. Draw a picture, Dylan. Remember I said draw a picture. I should see a picture so I can track your work. Nope.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just 1. 7, 8, 9, 6. You cross out. I have it.
Wait, I'm going to see. Let me see what I want to do. Christian, explain your thinking. I'm going to draw it as you explain it to me.
I wrote circles.
How many circles, Christian?
I write 3 first.
So you drew 3 circles?
First.
Okay, so I'm going to do those circles blue, because that's the bluebirds, right? Then what else you do, Christian?
I write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 birds.
So you counted on? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I put 2.
Okay,
6
so
more, 6
so
more.
you drew, but how did you know to draw 6 more?
Because I was counting I was counting in my fingers, and I was making this.
Okay, so he was counting with his fingers and this. So he has 3. 1 more is 4. 1 more is 5. 1 more is 6. 1 more is 7. 1 more is 8. 1 more is 9. So then he went back and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So he's saying 3 plus 6 equals 9. Do you agree?
Yes.
So what else did you do, Christian?
Then with that, I was thinking writing a minus, and then for the time I heard somebody say it was in a name.
So it's plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's not subtraction. So 3 plus 6 is 9. How many red birds were there? 6. Did someone solve this another way? Amelia, how'd you solve it?
Next time we can do Nico.
Did someone solve it another way? Amelia, how'd you solve it? Without your brain. If you don't have the work to show me, I'm not counting the brain.
It wasn't me, it was Nico. I overheard him talking. I use circles.
So you use circles too, like Christian? So another way you could have solved this could also have been a number line. And we're going to all do the number line together on our paper. When we just talked, Julian said we could draw a number line from 1 to 10, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to draw my numbers. We know that we already had 3 bluebirds. You see how I put the blue dot right there for the 3? What I need to figure out, or I needed to figure out, was how many more birds came, or how many birds were there. I know that the number I'm trying to get to is 9, right? That's my stopping number. So I'm going to go and count my jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how we figured that out, guys. I did a visual with red and blue. Remember I taught you guys back in the lesson a couple weeks ago? You can draw a picture to match it. You can use your tools, your color pencils to do it, right? If you're just using a pencil, you need to draw open circles and closed circles so you can visually see it. Or you can do shapes, but you need to be able to know what you're doing. If you understand that, give me a thumbs up. Now, what you're going to work on and ask plenty of questions is going to be number 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to read those to you. Okay? Afterwards, at the end, I'm going to have you guys do 5, 6, 7, and 8 as a little like quiz just to see if this unit is making sense to you. Does that make sense? Okay. So what you're going to work on is 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to read number 2 to you, number 3 to you, and number 4 to you, just so I have it read for Nelly as he's going to go back and watch this because he's not here. And so you guys can also go back and watch it too. And I'll put it on Canvas, okay? So number 2 says, well, first let's talk about what the directions say. The directions tell us to draw a picture. So that means you cannot do it just in your brain. Then write an equation and solve. So you have to have a picture and a number sentence to get it correct. Jamal picks 7 berries, then Ed picks more berries. They picked 10 berries in all. How many berries did Ed pick? What do we know in this problem? Julian. We know that we started with 7. What else do we know?
And then now we have from 10.
And we know that in the end we had 10. You need to find how many that Ed picks for that problem. Number 3, let's read that one. Vicky has 8 flowers in her garden. She picked some flowers. Now there are 4 flowers left. How many flowers did Vicky pick? What do we know in this problem?
There are 7 flowers. We have 7.
For number 3. What do we know, Dylan?
We have 8 flowers.
We have 8 flowers. What else do we know? We have 4 flowers left. You need to pay attention to that left word that's telling you need to do something. And number 4, you're going to write a math story to match the picture and then write an equation. Do you understand? Okay. So that's what you're going to do for this lesson.